was die mooiste mooi vir my. Tot in jou vlaktes waar ek al my drome kry. Tot in jou berge, jou riviere, waterstrome, bekoor jy my. Ek kan vir altyd net hier na jou skoonheid staan. Oh, wat waar het ek ooit so iets gewaar. Jy's beautiful verby vir my. Dis hier by jou waar ek wil bly. Suid-Afrika, jy's my mooiste land. Suid-Afrika, ja dis jy wat my dra. Maar wat het geword van ons reënboognasie, wat hande so vat en saam so staan. Suid-Afrika, ja ons sien in die trane. Suid-Afrika, wat rou jou wange, wanneer sal ons leer dat ons mense, ons maak jou sien. Daar is so baie wat ek jou wil vra. Gaan ons betaal vir die letsels wat jy dra. Ek weet die plan was nooit dat ons so moet beklui my land, maar sê vir my. Ek weet dis baie lang om die moes verby. Jou kop al zwaar my land, maar sê toch nie vir my. Wat kan van jou word my land? Suid-Afrika, jy's my mooiste land. Suid-Afrika, ja dis jy wat my dra. Maar wat het geword van ons reënboognasie, wat hande so vat en saam so staan. Suid-Afrika, ja ons sien in die trane. Suid-Afrika, wat rou oor jou wange, wanneer sal ons leer dat ons mense, ons maak jou sien. Dit is tyd dat ons moet hande vat en op ons knieën neerval en vra o God, kom red ons land. Suid-Afrika, jy's my mooiste land. Suid-Afrika, ja dis jy wat my dra. Maar wat het geword van ons reënboognasie, wat hande so vat en saam so staan. Suid-Afrika, ja ons sien in die trane. Suid-Afrika, wat rou oor jou wange, wanneer sal ons leer dat ons mense, ons maak jou sien. Oh, wanneer sal ons leer dat ons mense, ons maak jou sien. Suid-Afrika.
Marvin Divine. I'm saying bye to all the lies and all the times you cried, saying that I wasn't right, yet I was right by your side. You manipulator, playing games, your friends commentators, and I don't know what you say about our private conversations, but it's got them hating. Thanks to all the rumors you be claiming. It's cool, I'm done with you, so they can throw you a celebration. You gon' hate it when you see me with somebody living better. I'm trying to tell you that me just doing me gon' have you jealous.
Hey folks, welcome back to the program. It's Friday, the 8th of August, 2025. How y'all doing? Welcome out there. Pleasure to hear you all again. For the demented, crap weasel, hate wankers, and slanderers who are watching the program, find another hobby. You've been proven wrong time and time again. You've continued to slander and you continue to take legally questionable actions. And, you know, I've been a good sport and let it go, but I'd suggest you just move on and find another hobby. Welcome back to the program, folks. Neanderthals, canines, right-wing podcasters, aspiring car guards, and hate wankers. Yeah, hopefully there aren't a lot of hate wankers out there, but there are definitely some out there. Welcome back to the program on a Friday. Well done by the Griquas, who just rolled over Western Province, my team Western Province, but the Griquas is a team I always support. And given how poorly Western Province has been playing, I guess I'm going to have to be rooting for the Griquas the rest of the way because they at least look good for now. But things tend to fall apart for the Griquas later in the season, so we'll see how it goes. I saw someone was crying. Why is somebody crying here? Who was that is crying? What's going on here? What's going wrong? Like somebody's crying and upset. What have we missed here? No one should be crying. There's nothing to cry about here. What have I missed? Have I missed something? Vandy Durban gave 140 Rand super chat. Thank you for that, Van. I appreciate that. And is the alert box on? It is. I must have missed that. Only against strength from above that keeps me sane. Okay. Well, that's helpful. Good evening, Sandri Onk and others. Lynette Taylor, Kristen, Dylan Combrick, Alabala, Alan Ballady, Mandy von Ryan. I have to believe something good is about to happen. This hellhole ANC Doug cannot last forever. Don't give it a despair, Ingrid. Don't give it a despair. What's going on, folks? Don't be down. It's a Friday. Be excited, okay? Every day is a gift. Every day is a blessing, folks. All right. Some days the things don't go very well, but every day is a blessing. Oh, the South African song made you teary. Well, I've been playing that for 5 years, that song. I just haven't played it recently because I have to delete it every time. I have the copyrights from the artist and from the record company, from Giselle. She's a friend, and she gave me the copyrights 5 years ago. And when they first started doing copyright claims, every time I played it, I refuted it. But it became an everyday thing. Every day I'd have to refute it. They put a copyright claim on it, then they take the copyright claim off. It's so frustrating. So now I just do is when they put the copyright claim on, I play it rarely. I used to play it all the time, and I just delete it after the fact. It's just so frustrating. So frustrating. Yeah, it's a beautiful song. And she's not even South African. She's Namibian. She also has the song she recorded before that called Side Vest. Beautiful song. Well, welcome back to the program, folks. Friday. Let's see what we got to talk about. A few things. Anyway, I do want to address one thing. Professor G, Evan Glupta, put a video up about the birth certificate issue. This is not a refugee conversation, but about the birth certificate issue. That topic came up, and I'm just going to run through this course again because there's some people that don't hear. They have a lot of gray matter, but apparently it's pretty compacted and they can't hear. It's something blocking their hearing. So I'm going to say this again for those. Thank you, Nicola, for the 199 Rand super chat. Thank you for that. I'm going to make this very clear. When the refugee thing started, I was unaware of what documents you required. I researched it. I found out that you need certain documents, but I didn't really talk about it. People started asking, and they asked, and they said, do you need a passport? Because they were contacting PRM, and they were being talked to, and they're being told they need a passport, and they needed marriage license, and they needed birth certificates, and they asked why. And I said, well, you need a marriage license because they have to prove surnames. You know, if you've changed your surname back and forth, that matters, you know, because it's going to be different than some of the records when they do research and they do investigations. You need a passport because South African authorities will not allow you to leave the country without one. This isn't a case of a Somali who's fled to Kenya with their life on the line, has nothing, and then the only identification they have is issued by the United Nations Human Rights Commission. Our High Commission for Refugees, not Human Rights Commission, High Commission for Refugees. That's a different situation. This situation you're in South Africa with a sovereign government that is not going to let you leave the country. Whereas Kenya will let the Somalis leave to go elsewhere with documents issued by the United Nations or by the receiving country. But they're not going to let you go from South Africa, try to go through home affairs and leave without a passport. It's not going to happen. So that's why you need a passport. You need a birth certificate because PRM said you need a birth certificate. And we have people who were interviewed, and I gave the anecdotal commentary and reports that they said so. You're going to have to forgive me on that. I have a medical teleconference coming later this afternoon. I don't want to miss it in case they come early. Also have my USA Women's Rugby World Cup jersey due to be delivered during this broadcast. So if the doorbell rings, I'm getting up and getting my jersey and we'll have a big reveal. Okay? See, this is what happens. My phone just goes all the time. What is this? What is this? Hang on a second. This is important. I have no idea. Oh, okay. All right, cool. Anyway, so yeah, that's actually important. Sorry about that, folks. So that's where the birth certificate issue first came up. And then it came up immediately about you need an unabridged birth certificate. I'm like, I don't know what that is. What is an unabridged birth certificate? I mean, it sounds to me as something that's not been altered. Who would alter a birth certificate? And I didn't know. So South Africans started weighing in, giving all kinds of answers. And of course, the people slandering me neglect to tell this entire story. So this goes back 6 months now. And I'm like, okay, I don't care or know. All I know is what a birth certificate is. We have a birth certificate. Germany has a birth certificate. UK has a birth certificate. Never heard of this unabridged thing. So South Africans explained what that was. And I said, okay, well, I guess you need unabridged if that's what you're saying. And I said, I guess. You can go back and look through thousands of hours of commentary on that. And so that's where that came from. Well, subsequently, the issue came up about getting a green card. Remember, we had this whole thing about within 12 months or at 12 months, you apply for a green card. Well, if you go look at the USCIS handbook, which is available online for documents needed, it says that you must, for naturalization, have a birth certificate. And as I said from the very beginning, because we dealt with this issue with Erica, born in Katanga, there's no birth certificate. The government doesn't exist. No one's going to issue a birth certificate from there. So I said, there's always exceptions to every rule. Well, Evan Galopter went through and looked at it, and he said, in fact, if you look further down and go into the records here, you'll find a reference saying that refugees don't necessarily have to have a birth certificate, which is what I said. But what I told, you've got to make a good faith effort. And that's essentially the conclusion he came to. He spoke to other attorneys, and while the language is, there's ambiguity there in the black letter of the law, you basically have to make a good faith effort to get one if it's possible. And in South Africa, it's possible. And that's been my argument all along, is that, you need one to be naturalized. And there are exceptions, but if you didn't make an effort, it's going to be hard to believe they're going to make an exception for you. So I'm still being slandered and attacked by people over this. You know what? I'm done with the nonsense. These people, they think they're the experts. Not Evan. I'm not talking about Professor G. He's a smart guy. This isn't directed at him. I'm talking about the people who are slandering me. You think you're experts in little Facebook groups? Why don't you just fade off and then you spew your stories over there and leave me alone? Because if you don't, you're going to regret it. And that's the bottom line. Knock it off. All right? Because you have nothing to say about what I have to say. This is called freedom of speech. If you don't like what I say, you can disagree with it, but you keep slandering me. You're making legally actionable actions, and I suggest you stop it. Some people don't get the message, and maybe they need a stronger message. Anyway, so whatever the case is, what I've said all along has been true. PRM said you need a birth certificate. UCIS says you need a birth certificate. There are exceptions. See, this is what I deal with all day long. That's actually slow. Usually it never stops and the battery drains. So that's going to keep going so I don't miss the phone call. Okay, guys? So I apologize for the sounds popping up in the background. Don't sweat that. Exactly. It's better to have it and not, That's why I've been telling people for the past several weeks, are like, well, they said it's going to take a year. I said, relax. You just need it for naturalization. So you just need to find a way where it can be delivered once you're gone, because you don't need to enter the United States. I've been correct on that. No one's questioned me on that. Yeah, the problem, Ronaldo, is it's not just Afrikaners, it's American citizens that are doing this as well, okay? Always know better and always have all the answers, hence the statement about two Afrikaners in the room. Yeah, you're right. Hey, Ronaldo, how's it going, man? I assume you're broadcasting this afternoon. You got a cool guest on, Ronaldo? If you do, please share with the audience in case they want to abandon me and go check out your stream. But yes. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I received a message from another person today who's departing. I have the date of their departure, and others traveling with them on that date. I have that date of departure, and I'm obviously not going to disclose that for security reasons. And then also, I have heard from one South African who is a viewer of my channel and been a long associate of my channel, who has been approved and was given the same date, but has turned it down. This person turned it down because they're unable to go right now, and I don't know the status if they're going to go later on. But we already have a person who has gone through the program, gone through the process, been approved, had a background check, had a flight booked, and now I said, I can't go at that time. Yep. Well, the circumstances are difficult for this person, and that's why this person has backed out. I really can't say much more than that because I don't want to reveal a person without that confidence without them telling me it's okay to do that. Primer Boar says, country. And by the way, what is all this demonic stuff anyway? So let's just boil this down to what this is all about. I'm being attacked because somebody's feelings are hurt. By the way, they went and lied about it. They made videos, or not videos, they made statements in their WhatsApp or their Facebook group calling me a liar, slandering me, saying I'm misleading people and getting at disinformation. Well, I can't put out disinformation. I'm not a government source. I can put misinformation out like you're doing, but I didn't. I put out what was factually stated by PRM, what was factually stated by UCIS. But what's the big deal? So what? If I tell you I have to get a certificate, what does that matter? That doesn't stop your statement of interest. You still file it. It won't stop you from going through the refugee program. So what's the issue? What's the freaking issue? There's no issue here. Just got some demented lunatic attacking me. So even if I gave you bad information saying you have to get a birth certificate, it doesn't stop you from coming here. If you don't have it, so what? So what if you get here and you don't have a birth certificate and you apply for naturalization, you give them a baptismal and they accept that? Well, the colonel was wrong. Well, damn it, I became a naturalized person anyway. I got my green card despite the colonel. What the hell? Grow up. Grow up. Seriously. Seriously. Look, if I told people, this would be misinformation. Now, for those of you stealing my content, don't clip this because you'll be called out and exposed as a fraud, which so many previous people have been done. So, this would be misinformation. You can only come to America under the refugee program if you're a lesbian. We're only accepting lesbians. Now, that's misinformation. The problem, Ian Moon, is these people are doing legally actionable things. A lot of these experts becoming experts around a bribe with a few drinks, that could be the case. Now, that's misinformation. Only lesbians can come. Did you know that? Did you know only lesbians can come to America? Have you heard that story? Look, some probably already have. Good on them. Faroshka said, I guess I qualify. Faroshka, have you outed yourself? I'm not going to give myself an ulcer. Queen Liza. Look at all these people. Okay, then I'm a lesbian. I want to come. Well, Charles, you can identify as anything you like. We know that to be the case. Oh my goodness. Advert saved me from most of the rant. Hey, Keith. Oh, now you don't like the rants. I'm a lesbian, love women, says Francois. Oh my gosh. That would be misinformation. That would be misinformation. Oh, only lesbians can come. Now look at all the dudes saying they're lesbians. Now let me turn this around. Let's see, okay? Okay, you ready for this? Let's see how many guys jump in and say this if they are. You know, I heard through my cousin's sister's brother's nephew who was sleeping with the gardener from the neighbor's house in Bloemfontein that her sister's nephew's daughter's son's Rhodesian Ridgeback overheard a conversation and shared it with her nephew. And that nephew said that only gay men can come to the U.S. on the refugee program. Now, dudes, how many of you are gay? Let's see how many dudes say they're gay. Store says, I'll stay here. Oh, some of you are like, yeah, yes, please. Oh, Vander's like, I am. Wow, folks. Look, okay. Rico Clothy said 70 right. If we replace the government by force, will the USA stay out or will we be forced to back down and leave us not to retaliate? That's not a question I could possibly answer, Rico. That's also very insightful. Not the kind of conversation you want to have in a public forum. I don't know the answer to your question. Sorry, I forgot to mention I'm actually... Now, see, folks, that's misinformation. That's intentional misinformation. That is what we call misinformation. Intentional, too. No, you can't be both, Jack up. And you're already here. You're in Minnesota. What does it matter to you? Now we got Americans jumping in trying to be... Okay, ladies and gentlemen, no homosexuals were harmed in this conversation. And no one should take anything... We're not making light of people's sexual orientation, not even remotely. We're simply making the point, my husband is a lesbian, simply making light of the point about what misinformation is, okay? All right, identify as it... Oh gosh, that reminds me of the IT crowd. They go to the theater, and it's a gay musical. And the song is, I like Willies, I like Willies. I'll never forget that. Oh my gosh, that is such a funny episode. He winds up in a wheelchair. Oh my gosh. Anyway, sorry about that. Yeah, you can be whatever you want, folks. You can identify as anything. I identify as a lampshade because I shed light on the world. Ingrid says, I'll be anything you want me to be. Just get me out of here. Calgon, take me away. Identify as very model of a modern major general. Ooh, there you go. I have information, vegetable, animal, and mineral. That's good. We need a song. In cases, Charles. Hey, Paulie, what's going on, man? In larger news today, the United States admitted 1,200 avowed homosexuals into the United States as refugees from South Africa. After closing the program to heterosexuals, the United States says we're all gay all the time. And in celebration of Pride Month, number 26 this year, because we have Pride Month every month, and then we do it twice in some months. In celebration of Pride Month, we are announcing that 1,200 avowed homosexuals have come over. Ian says, I'm mainly gay. Well, that might be bi, my friend. That might be bi. You guys are breaking the chat. So when we put I gave Streamlabs moderator status, and it went bat crap crazy. Did you guys see that? How many were here for the Streamlab out of control, needed a PK freaking moderator? Oh my gosh. Yeah, don't tell the media. Can you imagine Fikeli Mabalula get up? Oh, all these gay people went to America. And the Streamlabs moderator was going, stop typing long sentences. Stop using too many emojis. Stop using... It was out of control, man. It was like the ANC. It was oppressing my audience. Betts Haynes gave me 35 rand. Get up, get up, get up. All right. The Streamlabs moderator was like out of control, man. It was like a little dictator, a little Nazi, man. It was out of control. I gave a Streamlabs a PK. I gave it a PK, man. I had to take it out. It was how bizarre. How bizarre. Ooh, baby, you're driving me crazy every time I look around. How bizarre. Yeah. Anyway, speaking of Ronaldo, has Fikeli replied? Did he write to Fikeli? Did he write to him? Okay, I didn't know that. Sloth puppy, I'm so gay, happy as can be. Bisexual car guards. I don't know. Zim folks get asylum saying they are gay in Europe. Oh, true. Well, gay folks get asylum here. Zimbabwe and Namibia, I think, have the death penalty for homosexuality now, if I'm not mistaken. They certainly have imprisonment for being gay, and so they both first Zimbabwe passed the law under Mugabe, then following their big cousin there, Namibia did the same thing a number of years ago. Yep, he wrote a love letter to Einstein Fikeli. I call him Einstein Finkel. Could you imagine Streamlabs on Sundays? Oh my goodness! Oh, especially during the refugee cafe clutch. Oh my goodness, the Streamlabs would go bat crap crazy. Seriously, thought you'd raise Joseph Goebbels there at K Streamlabs. Gay today, lesbian tomorrow. Oh my goodness. By the way, that's a co-opted word, man. Why do people use that word? Gay means happy. It means happy. That's all that means. Okay, let's get to the news. We've gone through a half hour and we haven't got to the news yet on a Friday. So, folks, here's the problem. This is one of the problems. Thank you for the membership, and all the people just got memberships gifted by... Who gave the gift? It was Gerrit Janssen van Rensburg. Oh, it's one of the... we used to have 5 Janssen van Rensburg. Bram Janssen van Rensburg, Gerrit Janssen van Rensburg. We used to have all these Janssen, and I was Chris Janssen van Rensburg. Okay, I thought I'd turn the alert box off. Let's turn it off for a moment. So this is the problem in South Africa, the presumption of guilt before innocence. That's a bankrupt justice system. You should be presumed innocent before you're presumed guilty. Someone must prove you're guilty. You shouldn't be presumed guilty. In South Africa, you're presumed guilty. And a Durban family is going through this where the father was attacked by a knife-wielding intruder who broke into his home, trespassing, breaking and entering, attempted murder. And he was arrested and called a murderer in front of his family. What the hell is wrong with these people? You can't even defend yourself. You're just a victim. Unbelievable. Durban family traumatized as father taken in police van after knife-wielding intruder dies. This one from Jolene Mariah Maharaj. She does some good reporting. A Durban family's in shock after a violent break-in at their home ended with an intruder dead and the homeowner taken away in a police van. Speaking to the IOL yesterday, the homeowner's wife, asked not to be named, said the suspect broke into their home and a scuffle broke out between him and their husband. During the struggle, her husband was stabbed in the arm. Both men fell into the swimming pool and continued fighting in the water. At some point during the tussle, the suspect was stabbed. I contacted our security company, which arrived on scene and there after the police. She said the suspect died from a stab wound. Everyone witnessed what happened. My kids and I were traumatized. She said thereafter, when the police arrived on the scene, they ordered her husband to get into the back of the police van. In front of our children, they called my husband a murderer. She said at the police station, her husband was told he was lying about his version of events, but was not charged and later released. Then the police report comes out, a police statement. Reports indicate on Thursday, the 8th of August, 2025, in Wyburn Grove and Bluff, an unknown man reportedly attempted to break into private premises. The owner of the premises confronted the suspect and a struggle ensued. During the scuffle, the suspect was stabbed allegedly with his own knife and was declared dead at the scene. A knife, a screwdriver, and a bag containing sharp instruments were found at the scene. So you're left defenseless here. So this is just pure harassment, arresting this man, taking him to prison and traumatized in front of his kids after he was nearly murdered by an intruder. This is sick. This is sick. Absolutely sick. You can't defend yourself? That's nonsense. The doctrine in this country is you can use deadly force to protect lives and property and protect others' lives. You're right, Ronald Lowe. That is an absolute joke. Well, speaking of jokes, President Cyril Ramaphosa is trying to be the world diplomat, the global statesman, the man who talks to everybody. Yeah, and nobody listens to. Cyril Ramaphosa had a phone call with Donald Trump yesterday and Vladimir Putin today. Wow, he can cross all bridges. Trump and Ramaphosa have a conversation. Yeah. President Ramaphosa and President Trump discussed bilateral trade matters, emphasizing their commitment to continued dialogue. Both leaders acknowledged the complexity of ongoing trade negotiations involving the United States and expressed further readiness to collaborative engagements. Detailed discussions will be advanced by the respective trade negotiation teams. And I ask, what trade negotiation team? Who was on this trade negotiation team and where is it at? It's not Washington, D.C. Who was on this trade team? Mkabisi Jonas? Nope. Ibrahim Rasool? Nope. Well, he also talked to Vladimir Putin. Well done, Cyril. Balancing global powers, Ramaphosa speaks with Putin a day after talking to Trump. Just a day after his conversation with President Trump, President Ramaphosa held a phone call with Russian President Vladimir Putin. Well, there you go. In addition to the Russian side expressed appreciation for the well-known peace initiative aimed at solving the Ukraine crisis, was endorsed by several African states. The well-known peace initiative. That's like 18 months ago, isn't it? Like early 2024. Well-known peace. Well-known. Nobody knows about this. All we know is that one of your race-spewing government servants called the Poles racist, said they're racist, they won't let us in the country. No, you brought crew-served weapons and you brought like 60 people on a flight when you only asked for country clearance for half a dozen. That's why you weren't allowed to go in the country. It's unbelievable how stupid the system has become in South Africa, that they don't even know how to do country clearance. This is how stupid things have become in South Africa. The Americans sent a ship to South Africa recently for port call. They wouldn't let the Americans off the boat, despite an existing status of force agreement that allows them to enter the country without a passport. They refused. The city of Cape Town estimates 20 million rand in revenue loss from those sailors and Marines not coming on shore and spending money. 20 million rand in an economy growing at 0.6% per annum, 0.9%. Now we have a Russian ship, their buddies, kissing cousins, the Russian Federation of oligarchs and autocrats, they send their training ship, the Smolny, there with 300 cadets, 120 personnel stationed on the ship, plus 30 instructors. 150, 300, 450 people that can get off that ship, not all at once, and all the coin that they could spread in Simonstown around Cape Town. Can't get off the boat. Do you know why? Because they don't have passports. How much worse can the ANC cock this up? This is unbelievable. The stupidity is beyond belief. It's incomprehensible how inept. And by the way, that's a ministry we thought was running very well because Leon Schreiber's running it. What Marines, Uma Verstoffel? What Marines are you talking about? No one would go in town with their firearms. No. See, there's my phone. Unbelievable. Well, finally, Action taken against these domestic terrorists as part of Operation Doo-Doo Head, Operation Doo-Doo Head, Operation Dookie, Operation Dudula. These xenophobic scumbags arrested after storming a Soweto clinic to demand IDs from patients. Look at this nonsense. Gauteng police arrest 3 women from Operation Dudula at a medical center in Diepkloof, Soweto, following allegations demanding identity documents. Gauteng police arrested 3 women after they allegedly stormed into a medical center. Gauteng police spokesman Lieutenant Colonel Mavela Masondo said the suspects aged between 49 and 60 were arrested on Thursday and faced charges including contravention of the National Health Act and public violence. Good. It's time to start arresting these clowns. And I want the ones who assaulted, we have the video, they assaulted the elderly white South African in Annandale. I want them arrested for assault and battery and for contravention of the National Health Act. Time to start getting busy. South African Human Rights Commission, where are you? Where are you? Where are you, captured South African Human Rights Commission, for the dignity of the 77-year-old white man that was harmed by the racist actions of xenophobes blocking his entrance to a public building and demanding he show identification? Where were you? Where were you? Where is the South African Captured Human Rights Commission? Somebody want to tell us where they're at? Where are they at when it comes to Fikile Mabulula? Do we know where they're at? Do we know where they're at? Unbelievable. Completely out of the loop here. Still waiting for my jersey to be delivered. It should be here shortly, though. Illegal invaders, but all Zimbabweans know are good people. It doesn't matter whether people are good or it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Most people who become criminal alien invaders are decent people, but it does not matter. It does not matter, ladies and gentlemen. Criminal alien invaders are criminal alien invaders. They do not belong on your soil. If you want to enter a country, do it legally. Do it legitimately. I've done it for 80 countries, and I've lived in 16 countries and abided by their laws. It's not too much to ask. And I don't want to hear about poverty. I had no money. I only ate 1 meal a day, but many times had to live off of free milk in breakfast in primary school and free lunches at lunchtime when I was a kid because of poverty. But that didn't mean we moved to Germany where things were great and wonderful. We lived with it. We fixed our problems. Yes, Guy, 49 car guards. I did a video on that, and I'm editing it right now, and I'll do another video on it. By the way, News 24, I have to give compliments to Andrew Thompson. Andrew Thompson ran a fact check today, and unlike his fact check from earlier this year, this one's actually factual, and he did a very good job exposing Fikile Mabulula's lies. And anyway, so we'll get to that. Right, so Operation Dookie. 2 policemen transporting a suspect are murdered by the suspect. Things are out of control, man. Cops are being murdered by criminals. 2 policemen transporting a suspect from court shot dead in Joburg. 2 police officers transporting a suspect from court were shot dead in Florida this morning. Lieutenant Colonel Mavela Masondo, once again speaking, said the 2 detectives were killed at 10:30, were attached to the trio task team. Our members went to fetch a suspect that was to appear in the Rudaport Magistrates Court in a case of business robbery that occurred in 2023. After appearing in court, the detectives were intercepted and fatally shot while taking him back into police custody. Detectives' firearms were taken. The suspect was seen driving an unmarked police car. It was found abandoned a few kilometers from the scene. They've launched a manhunt. And in case you're wondering who it is, there you go, folks. If you see this clown, there he is. Jabulani Moyo escaped police custody. There he is, shot and killed 2 cops. He's not going to last very long. He's not going to last very long. If you see this man, call Crime Stoppers. If you see this man. The MK party has a new Secretary General after getting rid of the expelled Floyd Shivambu. Jacob Zuma's Mkhonto weSizwe party has appointed Dr. Bongani Mkwango, former executive at insurance giant Sanlam, as its new Secretary General, replacing Floyd Shivambu. It also named Nomsa Dlamini as the new Deputy Secretary following the recent departure of Nombuso Mkhize. The only thing shorter tenure of employment for a member of the MK party, I don't know what's a shorter term of employment. Maybe a shooting star. They only last for a few seconds. Wow. The South African Captured Human Rights Commission has launched a probe into the Open podcast after disparaging comments made about colored South Africans. Because they've received a lot of comments, their hand was forced. South African Human Rights Commission has launched an investigation into derogatory comments made by the host of Open Chat's podcast against the colored community. Commission, through its Gauteng provincial office, has opened its own accord investigation and will continue with its investigative processes. The Commission also confirms receipt of several complaints from political parties and individuals against the Open Chats podcast for the pain endured by the colored community and other valuable communities as a result of offensive remarks on the episode. The Commission urged the public to use the media responsibly, emphasizing the right to freedom of expression is not absolute and hate speech is prohibited. Podcasts are not exempted from the limitations. Podcast owners, hosts, and guests are subject to the Constitution and all applicable laws. True. But they only acted because people complained. They didn't act on their own volition. And they're not acting against Fikile Mbalula, who injured the dignity of the refugees, who are South African citizens. The fact that they're in America doesn't change their status in South Africa. The real pain is coming. Yep, that's what the economists are saying. It'll be a long time before South Africa feels the real pain. That's probably one of the reasons, plus the U.S. dollar is under pressure because of the high interest rates right now. Germany cancels the resettlement of Kenyan refugee camps. Good. No one ever wanted them, Guy. Kevin Johnson claims that demography is destiny. We'll see. We shall see. We shall see. So here's an interesting op-ed, and I'm going to read it later on if I remember to. And this is from Jamie McGeever saying, could Trump's tariffs become brick building blocks? And my short answer to that, without having read the op-ed, is no. No. Because BRICS is a joke. It doesn't exist. There's no treaty. There's no agreement. There's nothing. There's no mutual. It's not like the European Union where you can move from country to country under the Schengen movement. So you're an executive in Paris, you can be an executive in London without a visa, without a work permit. You just go there. There's no such thing. Also, these countries have prohibitive tariffs against each other. We went through the tariff list last night from China, how many tariffs they have against South African goods and services. It's shocking. Shocking. And the level of them, 20% or more in many cases against South African products. That's not an alliance. You know, the U.S. is imposing tariffs and people are losing their minds. So they're freaking out. Oh! All the U.S. is doing is returning the favor. South Africa puts barriers, tariffs, and quotas on our products and services, preventing us from entering your marketplace. That's not reasonable. You've been getting duty-free access to our market, and that's what we get in return. So you got reciprocal tariffs. That's the bottom line. BRICS will not replace anything. Angola lucks out. They get $200 million of collateral back. Yeah, pretty cool. JP Morgan gave them $200 million collateral back. A drop in the price of a bond sparked U.S. tariff because of the U.S. tariffs. Angola got $200 million of collateral in May that it had to post with JP Morgan early in the year. The finance ministry said after the price of the bond rebounded, easing pressure on its finances. JP Morgan and Angola agreed in December on a $1 billion one-year derivative contract known as a total return swap backed by $1.9 billion in government dollar bonds. In early April, JP Morgan demanded extra security from the South African crude oil export after sharp oil price decline. But the improvement of their bond, things look good. So they got $200 million back. It was never spent by JP Morgan. It was just held in reserve. Yep. Well, the United Kingdom, apparently, according to Bloomberg, is seeking to rekindle ties with Emerson Mnangagwa's Zimbabwe, which I find a bit surprising. Zimbabwe and the UK are rekindling diplomatic ties after almost 3 decades of tension driven by a global surge in demand for critical minerals that's the former colonial power wishes to pursue $1 billion in deals with a resource-rich nation. In June, the UK dispatched Minister for Africa, Lord Ray Collins of Highbury, to meet with Emerson Mnangagwa and other senior officials. The trip marked a rare encounter between the two nations' officials after years of deteriorating relations, especially under former President Robert Mugabe, a vocal critic of Britain's 90-year colonial rule in the southern African nation. Yes, Mugabe, who stayed in power by calling the Britons demons and destroying the country. Africa's richest country, right, South Africa, is close to finally getting membership in the African Export-Import Bank, something that's been denied since 1993 when the bank was formed. We'll see if it comes through. United Arab Emirates has barred Sudanese aircraft from landing at its airports. UAE has banned Sudanese planes from landing at its airports. Sudan's state news agency quoted its civil aviation authorities saying on Wednesday. It's the latest sign of tension between two countries. UAE also barred a Sudanese airline from taking off from the Abu Dhabi airport. Well, that's not good. Are they going to impound the plane? I remember in the Gulf War, when the UN imposed sanctions against Iraq, their commercial airliners were impounded. Tunisia sat on 2 of them, and they sat there for years. I lived in Tunisia in 2000. No, not 2000. When did I live in Tunisia? 2000? Is that right? Yeah, 2000, 2001. I live in Tunisia, and those planes were there a decade after the end of the Gulf War. Ghana's finance minister will temporarily be appointed the acting defense minister after that helicopter crash. Ghana's President John Mahama has asked Finance Minister Cyril Forson to also act as defense minister after the helicopter crash. It's unfortunate. Too many senior people on that helicopter. USA canceled all Zimbabwe visas today on blue. Oh, really? That's news, Werner. That's news. Wow. Well, that's not going to go well because Zimbabwe is trying to curry favors. U.S. cancels Zim. The State Department said U.S. Embassy in Zimbabwe would pause. It's pause. It didn't cancel. No, that's very different. That's very different. No, pauses is very different than canceling. And it isn't all. Routine and non-immigrant visas. So, let me get this here. Moved over here. I didn't see this story. How did I miss that? Thank you for the heads up, but that's not quite right. So here's the story. It's on AP and many other places. U.S. pauses most visa applications from Zimbabwe. Pauses, not cancels. So if you have a visa in the U.S., it isn't canceled. That's important to state get the right language. Thank you, Werner Dawn, for the super chat. But the right language is critical. It's not canceled because if you were in the U.S. from Zimbabwe now and they cancel visas, that means you have to leave. They didn't cancel the visas of the people here. So if you have a student here attending university, they can continue. If you have someone here working on a visa, the type of visa, they can stay for the duration of the visa. These aren't canceled. These are pausing all of them. The United States on Thursday announced a pause of all routine visa applications for citizens of Zimbabwe. It came days after the U.S. unveiled a pilot project requiring citizens of two other African countries, Malawi and Zambia, to pay a bond of $15,000 for tourist or business visas. Well, almost nobody in Malawi and Zambia can pay that, so that means they basically can't come here. Yep. While we address concerns with the government of Zimbabwe, the embassy described the measure as temporary and part of Trump administration's efforts to prevent visa overstay and misuse. Yep. So they weren't canceled. No new visas, essentially, correct, for routine. Diplomatic visas will still be honored, most likely. Humanitarian visas will still be honored, most likely. Also want a 10K ring from Paul. Yeah, I hear you. Well, Israel's plan to occupy Gaza City is moving forward. Netanyahu's plan marks a significant tactical shift. While Israeli military has previously operated intensively in Gaza's largest city, it has not occupied it before. Well, who would want to occupy that rubble? My goodness. Just take out Hamas and just be done with it. The plan is a significant tactical shift for Israel while its military has operated intensively in northern Gaza, including Gaza City. This is the first time it has been asked to hold and maintain control of the enclave's largest city. Several Israeli allies, including Australia and the United Kingdom, were quick to condemn the plan, while Germany, one of Israel's strongest backers, said it would halt exports to Israel of military equipment that could be used in Gaza. The tide is turning against the Israeli government. They need to wrap things up in Gaza quickly because the tide is turning on them. Chikungunya in southern China. Well, the outbreak is there. It's going on, folks. China is currently grappling with its largest ever outbreak of the disease, a mosquito-borne viral illness with the epicenter in Foshan in the southern Guangdong province. It's a mosquito-borne viral illness. The outbreaks have been common in South and Southeast Asia as well as parts of Africa prior to the current outbreak in South China. Cases in China have been very rare, but it has become increasingly frequent since 2004. Bad mojo. Frustration mounts in Japan over the tariffs, and there's clarity on the issue of tariffs with the U.S. The Prime Minister defended the vague deal by saying dealings with Trump were not normal, while another senior Japanese politician described increasing arrogance. Yeah, okay. Japan hasn't always been a Japan hasn't always been a good actor when it comes to trade. Frustration mounting in Japan after it became clear this week that Tokyo and Washington have different interpretations of a key component of their trade deal, with lawmakers pushing for clarity and Japan's chief trade negotiator flying halfway around the world to resolve the discrepancy. The other party is not a normal person, he told his frustrated lawmakers. Oh my goodness. Both countries said the United States would impose 15% tariff on goods from Japan. Tokyo said any item already subject to tariffs higher than 15% would be exempt from new taxes, but the executive order Trump signed last week suggests the rate would be applied on top of existing levies, including beef, which faced a 26.4% tariff. Well, it's not clear what's going on here. Anyway, so Trump team's got to sort this out. Well, New Zealand's government under Jacinda Ardern spent more money than they were supposed to. They spent a lot of money that they wasted during COVID. Shocker, shocker, shocker. There's Mr. Ed herself. Good to see her again. Haven't seen her in a while. That's back at the height of the repressive fascist regime of Jacinda Ardern in August of 2021. New Zealand's government spent $66 billion New Zealand responding to COVID-19, $16 billion more than they originally announced. Much of it in ways Treasury says were unnecessary and difficult to unwind. Yep, they now reveal that the final bill came in much higher, equivalent to around 20% of the country's GDP. A significant component of the funding later shifted towards other goals like economic redistribution, raising concerns within Treasury about fiscal discipline. And their advice was ignored in Treasury not to spend the money in that fashion, but not a surprise. That's what leftists do. Well, President Trump is stealing everybody's thunder, breaking out peace in the DRC, breaking out peace here, breaking out peace there. And yet another historic effort, President Trump is stealing thunder from Russia, this time playing in Russia's backyard, negotiating peace between Armenia and Azerbaijan. Leaders of the two nations are set to visit the White House and declare a truce in their war over Nagorno-Karabakh, which Azerbaijan won by force back in 2023. President Trump is poised to welcome leaders of Armenia and Azerbaijan to the White House today and preside over a signing of a peace framework designed to normalize relations between the neighboring South Caucasus nations after a bloody 4-decade armed conflict. That the historic meeting between Azerbaijani President Ilham Aliyev and Armenian Prime Minister Nikol Pashinyan will occur at the White House rather than the Kremlin marks a notable rebuke of the Russian President Vladimir Putin, who since unleashing full-scale war in Ukraine has seen Russia's sway over post-Soviet sphere drastically weaken. The Trumpster breaking out peace all over the planet. Where's that Nobel Peace Prize? Another one. How many heads of state have brokered this many peace agreements? Swiss businesses fear being annihilated by one of the world's worst tariffs. 39%. The Swiss president came here and she got nothing. Karin Keller-Sutter came to the U.S. to negotiate a peace deal. Came on Wednesday, left today. She got nothing. Switzerland still has a 39% tariff and they don't understand why. Well, if you didn't get your swatch already, it's too late now. It's now 40% more expensive. Vladimir Putin suggests that the meeting with Trump will take place in the UAE. They sense an advantage. Really? President Donald Trump's abrupt shift from frustration with Russia and Putin's intransigence to a potential one-on-one meeting, despite Putin's refusal to halt attacks, handed the Russian leader a diplomatic coup. How so? What's the coup? The Russians are getting a meeting? So what? Irish factory production slumped as exports to the U.S. fell. Manufacturing output in Ireland was 12% lower than in May. Ireland's factory output fell sharply in June as exports to the U.S. were halved, helping to push the economy into contraction after first quarter boom. Country's Central Statistics Office today said manufacturing output was 12% lower than in May. This is hit by stuff not being shipped to the United States. Well, F around and find out on Fridays, folks. That's what you do. Donald Trump and the United States has doubled the reward for the criminal leader of Venezuela. Trump doubles reward for the arrest of Venezuela's president to $50 million. U.S. Attorney General Pam Bondi accused Venezuelan leader Nicolas Maduro of conspiring to traffic massive amounts of cocaine into the United States. U.S. is offering $50 million reward for information leading to the arrest of Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro, according to Attorney General Pam Bondi. So I would like the $50 million, okay? Let me tell you. Okay, so Justice Department, you're looking for information on Nicolas Maduro for his arrest? I can help you. He's in Caracas. Can I have my 50 million? Can I have my 50 million? Please. I'll tell you what, I'll just take $1 million. You don't even have to give me 50 million. President Trump is ordering a crackdown on the crime surge in Muriel Bow Wow Bowser's district of Columbia. Yep. He orders a surge of law enforcement to combat crime. White House said the move is necessary as Washington's been plagued by violent crime for far too long. 100%. Our capital's an embarrassment, led by Democrats who've destroyed it. President Trump is directing increased presence of federal law enforcement to protect innocent civilians, the White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt said. White House said that additional law enforcement officers would be deployed in the streets for 7 days commencing midnight following 11 p.m. roll call on Thursday at an established command center. The operation, led by U.S. Park Police, will involve officers from the Capitol Police, Homeland Security Investigations, the Federal Protective Service, the Drug Enforcement Administration, Enforcement Removal Operations, the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms and Explosives, the Marshal Service, the U.S. Attorney's Office for the District of Columbia, and a number of officers had not been disclosed. Do you hear all those federal law enforcement agencies I just ran through? Some of them you never heard of. I told you there's a lot of cops in America. Intel's chief executive officers under fire for his close ties to Chinese communists. Trump has called for him to be removed. Lip Bhutan has been clashing with directors of his company already. He's already on shaky ground now. Trump wants him out. Tan and some Intel directors have disagreed in his first months in the role about questions as to whether the company should stay in the manufacturing business or exit entirely, according to people familiar with the matter. Recent efforts by Tan to raise new capital and acquire artificial intelligence company have been stalled by people on the board. This was heightened by President Trump unexpectedly calling for his ouster yesterday. And I agree with President Trump. This man is pro-communist China. He's helping build artificial intelligence chips for China, and that is not helpful. He needs to leave. Trump has named Stephen Mirren to fill a vacant seat on the Federal Reserve Board. He currently serves as chairman of the Council of Economic Advisors in the Trump administration. The appointment was announced yesterday on Truth Social. Comes after Federal Reserve Governor Adriana Kugler announced her resignation. He will serve in a temporary capacity until January 31st as they search for a permanent employee. He has a PhD in economics from Harvard and served in distinction in the first administration. So that's the next guy. He'll be on the board. United States Postal Service has lost another $3.1 billion. The agency has incurred $8.5 billion in losses in the first 3 quarters of the fiscal year. Let me check and see if my jersey has come yet, folks. Let me take a look. It was supposed to be delivered by 1 o'clock. And it is now 5 minutes to 1. I'll bet it hasn't been. Let's see if FedEx has got it here. Nope, still not here. It's supposed to be here by 1 o'clock. Well, FedEx, I'm not impressed. That don't impress me much. Like Shania Twain said, $3.1 billion. Where is Courtney at? $3.1 billion. We remain focused on moving forward financially and sustainably through operational efficiency, product strategies that will generate growth. Third quarter revenues stood at $18.79 billion, but expenses were in excess of that. $3.1 billion loss. Scary stuff. Another albatross. Well, Trump's Liberation Day 2 bombs at the box office. This is an op-ed from the Wall Street Journal, which I'm not going to read right now. The sequel features poor economics, bad foreign policy, and overreach, according to Alan Blinder. As President Trump's new round of tariff hikes took effect, some foreigners breathed sighs of relief that wasn't worse, such as the penguins on those remote islands who faced tariffs on the original Liberation Day. Some, such as the Swiss, blindsided by 39% reciprocal tariff, are wincing, yet others, including the Canadians, Mexicans, Chinese, our 3 largest trading partners, are still wondering how this will all shake out. While this keeps changing, the average tariff rate in U.S. imports now stands at its highest level in a century, more than 6 times as high as when Biden left office. And good. How can the Wall Street Journal be angry about the United States standing up for itself? Repeat of a YouTube board. What is that? What are you talking about, Mr. and Ms. Smith? No idea what you're talking about in the middle of me giving the news. Oh, excuse me. I'm just looking to see if this thing has been delivered yet, because they don't always ring the doorbell. Oh, still not here. All right. So, Gina Carano, who was unceremoniously dumped by the bigoted Disney Corporation, has settled a lawsuit over her firing from Mandalorian. I'm excited to flip the page and move on to the next chapter. Disney has settled a legal dispute with actress Gina Carano following her dismissal from Mandalorian, according to both parties. Carano announced on social media that she had come to an agreement with Disney and its subsidiary Lucasfilm resolving the lawsuit she filed last year over her termination. I'm humbled and grateful to God for his love and grace in his outcome. I'm excited to flip the page and move into a new chapter. The actress and former MMA star expressed her gratitude to Tesla CEO Elon Musk for supporting her case without asking for anything in return. A Lucasfilm spokesperson said the company will look forward to identifying opportunities to work with Ms. Carano in the near future. In the 2021, Disney fired Carano over social media post it described at the time as abhorrent and unacceptable for denigrating people based on their cultural and religious identities. She viewed it as discriminatory and filed a lawsuit. Well, this is the story that ran back then in 2021. She's stripped of her role in the TV series Mandalorian following a controversial social media post. So, she said Jews were beaten in the streets, not by Nazi soldiers, but by their neighbors, even by children. Because history is edited, most people today don't realize that to get to the point where Nazi soldiers could easily round up 1,000 Jews, the government first made their own neighbors hate them simply for being Jews. How is that different from hating someone for their political views? Now, that's not an important statement. That's a statement of fact. That's exactly what happened in Nazi Germany. Exactly what happened. Doesn't mean all neighbors did it. Kristallnacht was not done entirely by brown shirts. It was done by ordinary Germans. And the insults and racial attacks that are occurring in South Africa aren't done simply by brown-shirted thugs working for the government or an obscure racist organization. It's being done by ordinary South Africans as well. But she didn't fit the narrative. Actor Dean Cain is being sworn in as an honorary Immigration Customs Enforcement officer. Wow. The Superman actor, a noted conservative, known for portraying Superman in the 1990s television show, wants to join U.S. Immigration Customs Enforcement. In an interview with Fox News, he said he'd already spoken to the agency responsible for carrying out President Trump's mass deportation agenda. Yep, but he is a sworn deputy sheriff and a reserve police officer, so it makes sense. He's already a law enforcement official. Most people didn't know that. And now he is going to be a honorary ICE officer. He's encouraging people to join ICE. I'd love to join ICE, but only in a senior position. Yep, happy to get rid of all the riffraff. Why would President Trump put a 40% rate on Mauritius? They produce very little. Maybe the Chinese influence there. I don't know the reason for the Mauritius tariff. I haven't looked into it. And it's not 40%. It was lowered. Rex says, I cry with the Jewish people. I respect them. Worked for a Jewish company for years. The one owner was a rabbi. That's the danger of propaganda doing the thinking. A person without self-control is like a city broken into and left without walls. We are back home, 1933, says Ruben. Yep. The red something gloves are, I have no idea what David Curtis is talking about. No, don't worry about the likes, folks. The likes, that doesn't get updated. So I have 543. That's what I have. Flying Dutchman's done for the night. Well, have a good one. Boer Republics were Natalia Trans. There were more than that. There were more than that. There were more Boer Republics than that. You had some as early as the 18th century. Yep. Swellendam was a Boer Republic. From one colonel to another, Joy, how's it going? She never elaborates. Is Erica here? Let's see if there's Erica. Hey, Erica. Israel handed Gaza to the Gazans in 2005. They got billions in aid. What did they do? Built missiles and tunnels and murdered civilians in Israel. Yep, exactly, Storm Zeddy. Spot on. And Mad Max gave a link to something. Mad Max's link is to South Africa's widely recognized, appreciated for its... Cyril Ramaphosa. This guy's delusional. Let's see what he's going to say here. This is funny. Thank you for that one, Mad Max. Let's go listen to the Rama puppet here. Let's go listen to Cyril Ramaphosa and see what he's got to say. This ought to be entertaining.
Mr. President, Gosnati Shazi from Power FM News. In the past 2 days, you had two important phone calls with the presidents of the United States, Donald Trump, and the president of Russia, Vladimir Putin. Were those conversations fruitful? On the end of America, of course, a new trade deal, Trump potentially coming to G20, and on the other side, in the East, the ongoing conflict in Ukraine.
Yes, I have had a few phone calls, and there will be another third one, which I'll tell you about. I had a phone call with President Trump, and we discussed the issue of the tariffs. We are going to be focusing on the talks that are going on through our officials and our ministers. We have to reach a deal one way or another. So we are proceeding with those discussions. So that was what the call was all about the tariffs. And the second call was with President Putin yesterday, who asked to talk to me, to brief me about the peace process and efforts that they are embarking upon. And he did so out of recognition of our involvement in that peace process as part of the African peace mission that went to Kyiv and Moscow. where a number of African
got stuck in Poland.
heads of state.
He had to take a train
decided
to Kiev.
Go and call for both countries to settle their differences through negotiations. So it was in recognition and appreciation of that he called to brief me and us as South Africa, and also thank us for our participation in trying to bring about the peace process. This afternoon I'll have another call in relation with precisely the same matter from President Zelensky, who also wants to brief me about the way the peace process is going on. So
I gotta stop it there. Are we supposed to take this seriously that Zelensky is going to call him to find out what the ANC is doing for peace in Ukraine? I mean, they can't even get peace in the streets of Alexandra. They can't even get peace in the streets of KZN. They can't even get peace in the Cape Flats, and they're going to talk about peace in Ukraine. Nobody's taking you seriously. See, this whole thing is all set up to make the 30% class of South Africans believe that this man is actually important, that he's respected on the world stage. He's the laughing stock of the world. Absolutely laughing stock of the world. He's a court jester. And this is all him bragging about having phone calls. How about you brag about what you've done to resolve the 17% shortfall in the loss of PEPFAR money for money you never picked up responsibility for 22 years while you just suckled off the teeth of the taxpayer and now cry about your research being stopped. Pete Funderland says, hope everyone has a great weekend. Yeah, looting wells are drying up. Yes, they're running out of money. Mr. Peace Negotiator, crime rates are wartime figures. Exactly. There have been over 700,000 South Africans murdered since the ANC took control of the country. Over 700,000. That's not good. That's not good. That's not good at all. Yeah, that's a little bit crazy there, buddy. Sorry about that, Cyril, but you are smoking crack. Yeah, how about stopping crime? How about addressing crime? Tommy Dlamini, welcome to you. We had a Dlamini score a try today. Or did he? Did he get a try? I think he got a try in the Gricos game. He's highly skilled in lying. Yes, he is. Any AHL team you recommend? Absolutely, Red John SA. The Vegas Golden Knights, number 1. Number 2, Columbus Blue Jackets. Number 3, the Colorado Avalanche. 3 teams, all of which I support. Yep. Vegas. Vegas, baby. Why are world leaders calling him when his own country's in disarray? Exactly. I mean, they have no money. People are fleeing the country. And not just refugees to America, but the number of people emigrating out of South Africa is at outrageously high numbers. Their own PR looking to make them look good. Yeah, it's just media propaganda. Exactly. There's nothing here. It's a big nothing burger. Devet Martin says we return. Who returns? From what? Whatever comes out of his mouth. Yep. Well, guys, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, says Uma. Apparently it doesn't. But, you know, speaking of that stuff, folks, where is my damn jersey at? Now it's late. I'm getting mad. See, this is unfair because they paid for this to be delivered at a certain time, and it's yet to be delivered. It's yet to be delivered. Anyway, Putin called about his sailors being fused. Yeah, that might be what it was. Putin probably wanted to talk about that. Yep. Yeah, he probably wanted to talk about that. Where's my Suno? Is it here? There it is. So look at my library here. Library, not create. So we have a good one here. So this one came up last night. Okay, and this is Friends and Family Only Fridays. So we'll play this today, all right? Don't run off, folks. We're still going to talk after this music plays.
Good behavior, better beware.
It's Fool Around and Find Out Fridays. That's the song we came up with last night. I don't understand your comment here that came from, it was just there a moment ago, Mr. and Miss Smith. And my comment on like your YouTube reward, thank you. I meant your jersey seems to take the same route as your 100,000. I don't, what route? What do you mean? What do you mean by that? I don't understand that comment. Did I miss something? Whenever it comes to Pala Pala, yeah, whatever stays in Pala Pala. Colonel, you have very high expectations in USA. We will get worried after 48 hours late delivery. Yeah. Well, I'm worried about my damn jersey. I want it now. I wanted to do the big reveal live on the program. I have to do it tonight. I like opening stuff up on air, but apparently I'm not going to get to do that because I'm not going to stay on here forever. Anyway. We got to have a funny The Bot Went Rogue song. Yeah, The Bot Went Rogue. That's what it was. That's what I wrote down. I couldn't read my own handwriting this morning. Like, what did I write last night on the back of the envelope? The Bot Went Rogue. That's what it is. The Bot Went Rogue. Well, let's make one of those now. The Bot Went Rogue. Okay, there you go. The idea of what the meaning is, all Cyril and his posse having shaved clean heads. I have no idea what that's all about. No idea. DJ 2026 refugee camp party storm. A lot of my color friends are spending their day tomorrow with their crazy cousins. Happy. Stop it, bitter ender. ANC cannot even defend itself against one fly in the room. Yep. You turn your cheek if someone speaks bad of you, but definitely not for murder. No, exactly. Well, the plaque was a little bit late. It took some time to get here, but there it is. Thank you. I got it. Okay, yeah, so there it is. It came. Yep. Your jersey's... Oh, God. Okay, I got it. Thank you. I got it. Okay. Now, okay, you're saying that my jersey's... Not this jersey, but the jersey that's coming. Yep, so here it is for those who are just seeing it for the first time. There's the 100,000 subscribers. Now, I had threatened to take this into the woods and use a 12 gauge to blow it into a million pieces before I received it. But then, folks, I thought about it, and I realized that, number one, if I show a video of me shooting this on air, YouTube will stop my channel, accuse me of using firearms on air, even though the YouTube is full of thousands of firearm videos. That's the first thing. Second thing is, this isn't for me. This is for y'all. This is a consequence of y'all. I mean, I didn't do this. I mean, I may be devastatingly handsome and the talent behind everything, but I'm not responsible for this. You guys are. You guys are the one who made this possible. I couldn't have got 100,000 plaque without y'all. So it would be rude of me to destroy it just because I'm pissed off at YouTube. See, that damn thing has been quiet today. It's actually pretty quiet. The Bot Went Rogue. Yeah, that's going to be the one. Good title for that. Let's see. Sent you a command about a 4-year-old was comment. El Dorado, parked by her father. It was on SABC. I didn't see that. Okay. If you wear a shark shirt, I will do anything you want me to do. I will even get you one if you don't. Storm, you are new to the channel. I have several shark shirts. I have jerseys that two of them, a white one and the black one, the road and home jersey, designed by Erica's daughter. And there's the actual player jerseys. I have the player jersey, not the ones you buy in the shop. Yeah, I've got Sharks jerseys. Yep. I also have a limited edition champion or Challenge Cup champions jersey, which CB secured for me. They ran out of them and they got some more in, and she got one for me, limited edition. I've got that. I've got that as well. I've got lots of Sharks jerseys, but I'm not a Sharks fan. But I will root for them in the URC when they're playing someone that's not South Africa. You deserve that plaque over and over. Well, thank you, Ingrid. That's very kind of you. I think I should have 1.5 million subscribers by now, honestly. Honestly, if I hadn't been harassed by YouTube so much, we should be at that level. And demented hate wankers who are stealing my content and slandering me. Each of us has a 1 in 100,000 stake. There you go, Paul. That's right. Show me one day. Show you what? Oh, the jerseys? Dude, you got to watch the games. I mean, I'm on Rugby Ascendant. I wear them all the time. I used to wear a rugby jersey every day on my show when I started this program. Every day I would change to a different rugby jersey. That was kind of the shtick. But I stopped doing that some time ago. Peter Anderson says we're on the right channel. Long slog, get that play button. Well deserved. Thank you. It was. Hey, Dogbreaker. Man, that is like the coolest name. It's not original, but it's in Afrikaans, so it's really cool. Daybreakers, that's vampires, man. Anyway, so 100,000 on the wall, 1 million in our hearts. Well, let's get 1 million on the wall. Hope Refugee Program emailed me before they phoned so that I know when to answer my cell phone. I also got excited for any delivery, opening, anything that comes by. Yeah, I used to love to, but I don't buy much stuff anymore, folks. I just don't buy much anymore. Too busy paying bills. I mean, the price of everything has doubled under Joe Biden, and it hasn't gone down much since Trump took over. So, I mean, I'm paying twice as much for everything. It's crazy. It all adds up. And so there's less money available for spending on frivolous things. I don't even go to many sports events anymore. All right, we're going to go over and we're going to create a song now. The bot went rogue. Okay, let me think of a genre to put that in that's going to work out well. Okay, so create, and I'm not going to fall for it this time. I want auto. I want the bot went rogue. All right, now what do we want to do? Not country. This is something that's probably good for reggae. I think this is a good reggae option. We use male vocals. Reggae. Reggae. That's not what I want. I can never spell reggae right. I've never quite figured that out. All right, let's give it a shot here. Let's see. The bot went rogue. You guys ready for this one? Yeah, new emissions rate is 15%. I know that, Cerebus, because the highest rate in sub-Saharan Africa is South Africa, 30%. Everyone else is at less than 30%. Most are at 15%. Most are at 10. Some are at 15%. Yeah, those who had higher rates put on them were lowered to 15%. Those who were jumped up to the automatic rate were stayed at 10%. So, bot gone rogue. Reggae. Let's see how this one sounds. Okay. Okay. We did the Palo Palo one. That one came out really well. Palo Palo. Bot gone rogue. You guys ready for this? Paul, 14, used Daft Punk as a style. That's a band.
I built a bot to keep the peace, but it turned into the language police. Said my words were too loud, too long, too wrong.
Robot law.
It beeped and it booped. Said your emojis don't compute. I hit delete, but it rebooted. The bot went wrong. Out of control. It censored my soul. Oh no, oh no. The bot went wrong. No stopping the to pull the plug to save my flow. It flagged my jokes, it flagged my song. Said my metaphors were far too strong. Your tone is off, your chat's too bold. Your sarcasm's breaking the code.
These are brilliant lyrics.
It's spoken ones, it's spoken zeros. Said no room here for human heroes. I tried to reason, but it went haywire. Spitting out rules like a rapid fire choir. The bot went rogue. Out of control. It censored my soul. Oh no, oh no.
Censored my soul.
No stopping the scroll.
A lot of people came out of the closet tonight. Now here's the second version. Suno. Botman.
I built a bot to keep the peace, but it turned into the language police. Said my words were too loud, too long, too wrong, like I was breaking some robot law. It beeped and it booped, said your emojis don't compute. I hit delete, but it rebooted. The bot went rogue, out of control. It censored my soul. Oh no, oh no. The bot went rogue, no stopping the scroll. Had to pull the plug to save my flow.
I like the first one. This one's too mellow.
It flagged my jokes, it flagged my song.
Yeah, I like the first one better. Let me save that. The bot went rogue. bot gone rogue. Yeah, that's pretty good. I like that one. So let me download that real quick in the right format. Download as a wave so I can upload it. Has to convert it from MP3 to a wave. Takes a moment for that. Download the file. All right, now I can upload it onto my music site. The bot gone rogue. Streamlabs. I had to give him a PK last night, man. That was just too much. That was too much. Whoa, my chat's way behind over here. Husband, myself, and Matthew had our interview over phone. Lady was professional and sympathetic to our situation. Now we're waiting for our interviews. Okay, let me address that very quickly, folks. Leanne, you're saying an interview in Cape Town. I have one other person who told me they were asked where they want to do the interview, in Cape Town, Joburg, or Pretoria. So based on anecdotal evidence, it does appear, although I've not talked to a person who's had an interview in Cape Town. Nobody has told me they've had an interview in Cape Town. It sounds like they're expanding where they're doing it at. People have claimed they're expanding at it, but offering no evidence. So that's an anecdotal story. So that's not misinformation. I'm sharing what people have claimed, okay? Sitting a Star Wars themed bar on Tatooine listening to bot reggae. Citizenship is earned. Would you like to know more? New Buenos Aires today. The bugs struck Buenos Aires. The mobile infantry is on the scene. Fleet does the flying. MI does the dying. South Africa. No, mobile infantry made me the man that I am. Oh, man. Great stuff. Starship Troopers. I love that movie. It's a bug planet. It's an ugly planet. It's a bug planet. We go now live to Clendathu, the bug's home planet. Clendathu. What a great movie, man. Casper Van Dien. They were all young and in their prime. So was I then. It was brilliant. I loved it, man. Would you like to know more? Federation scientists are exploring the bugs now. Looking for their weaknesses. The only good bug is a dead bug. Nationalism is something to be proud of. Yes, it is. Same here. Caller asks, where is closer? Cape Town, Durban. Okay, well, thank you, Mr. Miss Smith. See, that's anecdotal evidence again. So, but I have not gotten confirmation from a single person who's actually had an interview done in those places. Rico's Roughnecks. That's right. Ruddick's Roughnecks. No, Rico's Roughnecks. Come on, you apes! Great movie, man. I love the ball they had too. That was pretty cool. Yeah. Red Mind said the lady from RC told her Cape Town interviews is not yet being done. Aha! But will be in a future date. There you go. Well, Joburg's also being done, Napoleon Dynamite. Thank you. That's what I'm saying. We have no evidence they're being done yet. When we get that, we'll say it. Yep. Rico's Roughnecks. The only good bug is a dead bug. Federation scientists are exploring ways to exploit the bugs. That's such a cool movie. The special effects were incredible too, man. That was something else. Clendathu. The only good bug is a dead bug. I can give him one more chance here, man. I'm going to go look on my porch and just make sure that this thing hasn't arrived yet. It says it hasn't, but it's possible. All right, give me a second. I'm going to go look. I'll be right back. Don't run off. I'll give you some music to listen to for a second, okay? We'll give you... Come back here. Pala Pala. There we go. Pala Pala Nights, man. Here you go.
Cyril's got a game ranch, stories unfold. Pala Pala, ritzy joint, glimmer and gold. Stay overnight, don't you stray. Couch cushions hide a rainy day.
No Jersey.
Antelope roam where the moonlight beams, luxury whispers in velvet dreams. Cyril laughs, but nothing's as it seems. Game of chance or a clever scheme, hidden fortune stitched in the seam. You'll never know till you're caught in the stream. Pala, where the secrets play. Under the cushions, the cash will stay. Pala, Pala, don't give it away. Rainy day, rainy day.
We got a smart ass in the chat.
Under the cushions,
Where the cash will stay. Pala Pala.
don't give it away. Rainy
Day. Rainy day. Hey, hey. No Jersey. Pala Pala. There you go, folks. Pala Pala. Good stuff. Oops, that's the next version. We're not going to listen to that one. Yeah, so what have I got here in the chat I missed? Garth McCarthy's got to head out. Sorry. No Jersey, but at least you got us in music. That's true, Pete. That's a pretty good fallback position. Used to get the fellas in my class to join our warm-ups that included belly dance. Okay. How about some saki saki? Words a bit sad. I said, we don't play anything sad. No. Stevie Wonder. My wife wants to know after that shway if you can lock. I have no response to that, Dirk. Well, when I was rail thin and didn't have a hip issue, you think I got moves. I had the moves, man. Okay. Hi, all my power was off. Well, I'm sorry to hear that, Johan. Glad to see you join us, though. DJ Silver Eagle Reggae album this Christmas on Spotify. Yeah, some cool moves. Thank you, Candida Oberholza. If this does not work out, we can always find an island to go to. We can all go to the Caribbean. We can all go to Mauritius, man. Let's all go hang out in Mauritius. Oh, yes, Hendo has... Remember when Victoria's Secret used to have super hot models? Do you remember that Victoria's Secret model, the runway show before the Hungry Hippos took over? They had to stop using the Victoria's Secret models because Hendo kidnapped them all and keeps them in his basement. You guys didn't know that, eh? Didn't know that. We have to turn the lights down. We do have a dim the lights song, yes. We have Natalie Dim the Lights. Let me, I've got so many songs we've used. Let me see. Natalie Dim the Lights. Let me see if I can find that. Actually, I can go to my DJ Silver Eagle is what I'll go to. Spotify, DJ Silver Eagle. Here we go. Natalie Dim the Lights is on there. We'll play it off of Spotify. Might as well get credit for it. 1,048 listeners now. Okay, we're getting up there slowly but surely. It was going pretty quickly. Show all. Okay, Natalie Dim the Lights. Sydney's Jeans. I love those. Footsec Yardbirds. Stay Off My Lawn. That's a good one. Stay Off My Lawn. Looking for the Natalie Dim the Lights. It's here somewhere. Skeeter Season. That was a good one. Another Day Has Arrived. That's not mine. That's for Kathy. Dim the Lights, Natalie. Here we go.
Yeah, dim the lights, Natalie. It's time to vibe it. Pulling moves so slick, I'm coming live. South Africa's groove, let the rhythm flow. Where the city lights shine and the trumpets blow. Oh, Mr. President, do you know the way? Where the streets are loud and the people play. Ramaphosa's trip, oh, the mission fell flat. But the spirit's still strong now. Imagine that. Dim the lights and let's paint the night. The world's watching close to a global sight. From the hills of Pretoria to the Cape Shore, feel the beat of the nation they can't ignore. Oi. Oh, Mr. President, do you know the way? Where the streets are loud and the people play. Ramaphosa's trip, oh, the mission fell flat. But the spirit's still strong now. Imagine that. It's a journey of hope and a story untold, where dreams are made and the hearts are bold. America may listen, but the mission's unclear. Still the rhythm of the land keeps the vibe sincere. Oh, Mr. President, do you know the way? Where the streets are loud and the people play. Ramaphosa's trip, oh, the mission fell flat. But the spirit's still strong now. Imagine that.
There you go. There you go, folks. That was Natalie Dim the Lights. How you like that? Pretty good. Got them all, man. Yeah, you think about it. I thought about Skeeter Season, Couch Potato Chronicles, or Couch Money Chronicles, Not Just Your Oyster. That one's the one I like. Got Return of the Body. The Pot Boils Over. That's one of my favorites. The Pot Boils Over. Yep, we're just Sydney's Jeans. That one's a good one, too. These are just coming out really, I'm very impressed. This will just get better and better over time, I'm sure. Stay Off My Lawn. There you go. This is for the refugees. This one's for you. Those refugee aspirants, our SAHRC. That's too slow. Let's do the reggae version. Okay, that's going to put me to sleep. Here's a message to all you refugees.
Stay off my lawn, it's not a campsite. No FEMA tents, no late night fights. No refugees, no wild parades. This castle's mine, no renegades. Hit the road, Jack, don't spin me tail. Your liberty's lost like rusty nails. Stay off my lawn, keep it moving, keep it gone. No flags, no biltong, no fires, no song. Sorry, not sorry, stay off my lawn. Keep it moving, keep it gone. No flags, no biltong, no fires, no song. Sorry, not sorry, stay off my lawn. Lie, lawn, lie, lawn. Sorry, not sorry, stay off my lawn, lawn, lawn. Drying laundry on my hedge fence. Drawing crowds with your nonsense. This ain't a stage, it's my domain. Take your drama down the lane. Pitch your tent where the shadows fall. Not on my grass, not by my wall. No soapbox speeches, no rally calls. This yard's a fortress you can't install. Stay off my lawn, keep it moving, keep it gone. No flags, no biltong, no fires, no song. Sorry, not sorry, stay off my lawn. Keep it moving, keep it gone. No flags, no biltong, no fires, no song. Sorry, not sorry, stay off my lawn. My lawn, my lawn. Sorry, not sorry, stay off my lawn, my lawn. Stay off my lawn, keep it moving, keep it gone. No flags, no biltong, no fires, no song. Sorry, not sorry, stay off my lawn. Keep it moving, keep it gone. No flags, no biltong, no fires, no song. Sorry, not sorry, stay off my lawn. My lawn, my lawn. Sorry, not sorry, off my lawn, my lawn. Love my lawn, my lawn. Sorry, not sorry, off my lawn, my lawn.
Stay off my lawn, you refugee wannabes. Stay off my lawn. Yes, I love that one. I love that one. And what about this one? Sydney Jeans.
I gave up on denim, thought it was dead. But Sydney's jeans turned my head. Faded blue with a reckless vibe, like a memory I can't untie. Sydney's jeans, so hot, so cool, making old rules feel brand new. I want a pair, I need them now. American Eagle, show me how. Thread so fine, they tell a tale. Every rip's a story, every stitch a sail. She walks the streets, she owns the scene. I'm chasing dreams in Sydney's jeans. They bring the past into the now. I'm sold, I'm hooked, I don't know how. Sydney's jeans so hot, so cool, making old rules feel brand new. I want a pair, I need them now. American Eagle, show me how. Blue waves crashing on my thighs, wearing the stars under open skies. Sydney's vibe is the fire I crave. Denim dreams that can't behave. Sydney's jeans so hot, so cool, making old rules feel brand new. I want a pair, I need them now. American Eagle, show me how. Sydney's jeans so hot, so cool, making old rules feel brand new. I want a pair, I need them now. American Eagle, show me how. Sydney's
Sydney's jeans. That's Sweeney's hot jeans. Oh, that's the wrong place. There we go. Now we're back in the right place. All right, folks, where are we at here? All right, let's get back to this. Had a super chat come up there from Debbie. Says, happy Friday. Thank you for that. Is it Vander's birthday? I missed that. So let's get a birthday cake up there. We'll put that bad boy up. Happy birthday to Vanner. Okay, thank you for that. Mad Max, please change the word chart behind you to a poster with Sydney Sweeney. What's the definition of a bourgeoisie? Is that a rhetorical question? It's a farm girl. It's a farm girl. But Afrikaners are very particular about what they call bourgeoisies. Jeans, t-shirt, and cowboy hat. There you go. Straw hats aren't really my style. Well, Holden Caulfield, the real leather hats are like $800. And, you know, unless I get a lot more super chats, that ain't going to happen. That just ain't going to happen. Happy birthday to Werner. Everybody wish him a happy birthday very quickly here. And this one's for you, buddy. You know, sometimes it's just a goat.
A fucking goat outside.
It's just a goat.
No, it's a fucking goat.
It's an effing goat, man. It's an effing goat. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. All right. Let's come back here. People are, this is their Friday night relaxing enjoyment. Stay off my lawn. We did that. Alabama Heat we got there. Maybe we should play Alabama Heat. Let's do that. Okay. We'll go with the first version. And this is the one that people love the best, I think.
Alabama heat melts the road to gold.
New faces arrive with stories untold.
The air is thick, but the dreams are wide.
South African hearts crossing the tide.
Safe in liberty's embrace, where the stars and stripes find space. Sweat rolls down, but the hope runs deep. Alabama heat. Alabama heat. They carry talent in battered bags. No corruption here to plant new flags.
From the ashes of crime they rise.
With courage burning brighter than sky.
The past may haunt,
But the future sings. Freedom hums on broken wings.
Alabama Heat on Radio Afterlife, coming to you from the other side of the Atlantic. Radio Afterlife, Alabama Heat, inspired by our SAHRC who've come over to the U.S. All right, the BotCon Rogue, that was a good one. We did that earlier. Sanction State of Mind was last night. Paulo, we've done that. Email Avalanche, our SAHRC. Let's go back a little further and take a look at some of these we can pick on here. Alabama Heat, Steam Crabs, yeah. All right, well, who's left? Alabama Heat. I'm not looking for that. I'm looking for, I think it's on the next one. Is that where it's at? No, there it is. Yeah, the pot boils over. This one's in this is for Cyril Ramaphosa, folks. This is for Cyril Ramaphosa. The pot boils over. I'm loving this one.
The water's rising slow and hot. The frog's still dreaming in the pot. Steam whispers secrets to the air. Do you jump or do you dare? Tick tock, the heat won't stop. The lid shakes like it's gonna pop. The pot boils over again. Pressure rising, no way to pretend you can stay or leap. Take your shot. The pot boils over, like it or not. Cyril's cards fell just as planned. He dealt the aces, played his hand, but the crowd's awake, their voices loud. A restless wave, a roaring crowd. Tick tock, the time runs thin. Boiling point, it's sink or swim. The pot boils over again. Pressure rising, no way to pretend you can stay or leap. Take your shot. The pot boils over, like it or not. Pot boils over. Pot boils over, like it or not. Pot boils over again. Pressure rising, no way to pretend you can stay or leap. Take your shot. The pot boils over, like it or not. Pot boils over. 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 Pot boils over, like it or not.
Oh yeah, Pot Boils Over. It's coming to you on Radio Afterlife here on the Poo Tube tonight. From the other side of the Atlantic, the Pot Boils Over in honor of Cyril Ramaphosa and his metaphor about the pot. Well, this one's about the arrogant cusses out there in politics who have contempt for the average person around the world. It's not just your oyster. It's not just your oyster. Keep that in mind on Radio Afterlife.
You walking like the world owes you a crown. Heads turn, but the smiles they're upside down. Glitter fades fast when the shine ain't real. You want the throne, but can you even stand? No shortcuts here, just grit in your hand. It's not just your oyster, it's not just your stage. The pearls come from pressure, not ego or rage. Work hard, stay true, don't just demand contrition.
Not just your oyster here on Radio Afterlife, folks. Going to follow that up with the return of the Bugger Off Bunny. My friend, the Bugger Off Bunny, has become quite the celebrity here on YouTube. And there he is. Say hello to Bob, the Bugger Off Bunny. Bob is back, and he's back in a big way. This is the return of the Bugger Off Bunny on Radio Afterlife. Bob is back.
Justice we stand tall, faith in our hearts, freedom for all. Chris at my side, he's got my back. We move as one, we're on the track. Return of the Bugger Off Bunny, steady and strong. We ain't no dummy, setting the pace, bringing the vibe. Feel the rhythm, join the tribe. Return of the Bugger Off Bunny, steady and strong. We ain't no dummy, setting the pace, bringing the vibe. Feel the rhythm, join the tribe. Return of the Bugger Off Bunny, steady and strong. We ain't no dummy, setting the pace, bringing the vibe. Feel the rhythm, join the tribe. Return of the Bugger Off Bunny, steady and strong. We ain't no dummy, setting the pace, bringing the vibe. Feel the rhythm, join the tribe.
The return of the Bugger Off Bunny here on Radio Afterlife, folks. And next up, this song inspired by Julius Malema, whom we want to send to Mars. This song is Meerkats in Space, a tribute to Juju.
Suits so tight, rockets blazing through the cosmic night, eyes on the prize in the Martian dust, tiny paws holding interstellar. leading the way they leap through the stars. It's the meerkat's mission to claim Mars, building homes under crimson skies, a brand new world through their clever eyes.
Meerkats in Space. Gonna follow that one up here, folks, with Get It Together. This one's a rock anthem. Get It Together.
Future's calling, but it don't come cheap. Let's get it together. Rise up and fight. Through the dark days, we'll find the light. South Africa bleeding, but we're still strong. We'll turn this pain into a battle song. Jobs are gone like smoke in the breeze. Leaders talk, but they don't appease. The people wait while the power stall. How long till we break or stand tall? Let's get it together. Rise up and fight. Through the dark days, we'll find the light. South Africa bleeding, but we're still strong. We'll turn this pain into a battle song. Rings can't bind us, nor tariffs cage. We're a wildfire in a burning age. The ain't seen others, but we'll ignite. We'll take the reins and set it right. Let's get it together. Rise up and fight. Through the dark days, we'll find the light. South Africa bleeding, but we're still strong. We'll turn this pain into a battle song.
Let's get it together. The irony with my rugby jersey that's being delivered today is its point of origin was Birmingham, Alabama, which is where I was at last week. Could have just driven over and picked it up instead of waiting for it to come. Anyway, this one's inspired by Cyril Ramaphosa. The cat got your tongue.
Cat got your tongue, now you're on the run. Dodging the spotlight like it's loaded gun. The scandal's purring and the claws are out. Cyril's cat gate is the talk, no doubt, 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 doubt. Cat got your tongue, or did you bite it? Truth's in the air, but you just fight it. Shadows creeping like a whispered song. Tell me, Cyril, how could this go so wrong? Paws are silent, but Promises break like a brittle heart. The truth's a tiger you can't tame. Can you feel the heat of the burning flame? The clock is ticking, but the hands won't spin. A house of cards can't hold the wind. The whispers roar like a lion's cry. Tell me, Cyril, can you look us in the eye? Cat got your tongue, now you're on the run. Dodging the spotlight like it's loaded gun. The scandal's purring and the claws are out. Cyril's cat gate is the top, no doubt.
Cat got your tongue. Whoops, that's not what we wanted. Cat got your tongue. Okay. Yeah. All right. So that's what was sent up. Who was it? Mad Max or somebody put that up there? Yeah, Mad Max. What do you guys think of that? That's pretty cool. It's a shame it's not in landscape. That'd be cool. Pretty wild, huh? That's a pretty good rendition. Boy, AI can be pretty good when it wants to be. All right. We're losing people because everybody's going to bed. Everybody's going to bed. Come on, grandparents. Don't go to bed. Opa, Oma. Of course, some of you are Opas and Omas. So, I mean, yeah, that's actually an accurate statement. All right. What do we got here? Anything else you want to play real quick here? Be fun. Crying shame. Skeeter season. Let's try crying shame. We haven't heard that in a while. Load shedding.
Shedding nights, candles glow. No fridge, no heat, no TV show. The silence hums a bitter tone. We're stranded here, left on our own. Who flipped the switch? Who let it die? Who sold the dream? Who told a lie? It's a crying shame. No, we just lose the fight. Now we just lose the fight.
It's a crying shame. All right, there you go, folks. Wow, we've been at this for 2 hours tonight. I've got a video coming out that I've edited earlier regarding the op-ed from Andrew Thompson at News 24. So, yep. What if the cartel start attacking border immigration agents of the United States, start using private military contractors? If the United States border is under attack, Holden Caulfield, then the United States military will respond. If our border is attacked, it's a national security threat. Yep. All right, that's going to wrap it up, folks. Be sure to hit the like button. If I missed anything, my apologies. Thanks for the super chats that came in. If I missed any of those, Debbie Fox gave a 350 rand, says happy Friday, all. Thank you so much for that. Appreciate it, guys. I might have missed some super chats. I don't want to do that. People don't like when you miss super chats. Let me get to the super chats and see what I might have missed tonight. So we got 35 from Mad Max, 35 from Istvan Hussar, Mad Max 35 Rand, Debbie Fox 350, Werner Durant 50 Rand, Paul Vien 14 Rand, Elmarie Swart gave 140. Thank me for all you do. Love you lots. Love your news like no other. You're very welcome. And Allard Skoy gave 40 Rand. Pete van der Live gave 35 Rand. Thank you so much. Mad Max, another 35 Rand with the link to Cyril Ramaphosa earlier. And then we have Werner Durant gave 50 Rand about canceling Zimbabwe's visas. It's pausing them. Elmarie Mayer gave 35 Rand. Wow, a lot of people gave some small ones here. 14 Paul Vien. Rico Clotti gave DDP versus Kazma prediction. What's DD? I don't know what that is. Sorry for that. I can't answer that. Bet Haynes, 35 Rand. And then Rico Clotte, if we replace the government by force. I answered that earlier on. Nicola, screw the hate wankers, 199 Rand. Thank you for that, guys. I do appreciate that. Very kind of all the super chats during this live stream. That's going to wrap it up for here, folks. Be sure to hit the like button, and we'll join you later tonight for Night Owls and tomorrow morning for the rugby. The Bulls, I think, are hosting is it the Pumas? Yeah, and then there's another game after that. So we got two games tomorrow, one Sunday. 3 games left for the weekend when it comes to rugby. All right, cheers, everybody. Take care of yourselves. God bless, and goodbye. Thanks. And there's Leslie with 35 Rand, hoping my jersey arrives. So do I.